Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. In Top Stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. Breaking today, a pair of frightening incidents at Reid International Airport. First, airport officials say a small plane flipped over on the runway just before 9:30 this morning. No word on what caused it to overturn, but it happened as strong winds swept through the region. Then, about 3 hours later, an Alaska Airlines plane had to be evacuated because of an apparent issue with the brakes. No injuries were reported in either incident. With the winds still blowing, we'll have more on what's ahead in your forecast. But first, state officials call climate change a national security issue. Lieutenant Governor Lisa Cano Burkhead and Attorney General Aaron Ford urged the Senate to pass a clean energy bill during an event at the National Atomic Testing Museum.
As we have seen how untenable our current dependence on fossil fuel is, not only is it fueling the climate crisis, it is fueling the ambitions of dictators across the ocean while threatening our supply chain and our working families at home.
This comes as the Biden administration is encouraging companies to drill for more oil to lower gas prices. As election season ramps up here in Nevada, Democrats are reporting big fundraising numbers. Senator Catherine Cortez Masto reports raising nearly $4.5 million in the first quarter, while Governor Steve Sisolak raised over $1.5 million. As Review Journal's Steve SEBELIUS explains, Democrats will need all the money they can get.
Not only is it an off election year when the president's party typically loses support in House and Senate races, but some of these races are critical. The Senate is divided 50-50. That means any senator who's a Democrat who is knocked out by a Republican will change the basis of power in the Senate. Among
the Republicans running for governor, the top fundraiser was Sheriff Joe Lombardo with $825,000. In business, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. The effort to transform Nevada into a tech hub continues. Google is set to invest $30 million, which includes expanding its second data center in Story County and a $100,000 donation to CCSD.
So we are also training 10,000 Nevada teachers to use Google's online tools so they can make the most of technology in the classroom and focus on teaching.
Anytime we bring technology, new businesses here to Nevada, it's going to diversify our economic base. We know that tourism still is a top economic driver here, but that doesn't mean we stop there.
Google also announced a partnership with the state to offer career certificates, but declined to specify projected spending at its Henderson location. In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every blooming thing. After a gusty day, the winds are still blowing at around 20 miles per hour. Temps should get down to the 60s by midnight. On to your Friday, expect a dip in temperatures. Gusts are not as strong as today, but still around 25 miles per hour, with a 25% chance of rain. A high of only 70 degrees. Then on Saturday, a warm-up starts with the skies clearing. On Sunday, we hit the 80s again, mid-80s by Monday, and the 90s Tuesday through Thursday. In Lifestyle, sponsored by Visit Laughlin, an easygoing getaway filled with good food, good people, and good times on the river. The Palms announces its dining options ahead of its opening under new ownership. Review Journal's Renee Semmerauer has the list. Renee?
Jen, according to the Palms general manager, the property's dining options will be quite diverse, including the much anticipated return of Mabel's Barbecue and the steak and whiskey upscale ambiance of Scotch 80 Prime. From savory Asian flair, send noodles. And will there be a buffet? The answer is yes. The popular AYCE buffet will be returning. Informal eateries will also include Soriano Vista Cafe, Palms Pizza, and Pool Cafe. The 766-room property is owned by the San Manuel Gaming and Hospitality Authority, an affiliate of the San Manuel Band of Mission Indians. It's the first resort in Las Vegas to be wholly owned and operated by a tribal enterprise. Jen?
And sharing the joy of reading, the Metropolitan Police Department Foundation's Black Giving Circle is hosting scholastic book fairs this week at West Preparatory Academy and Democracy Prep at the Agassiz campus. Each student gets 2 books for free.
Now to your sports, brought to you by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download the app today. Former Raiders great DARYLE LaMonica died Thursday at his home in Fresno, California. He was 80 years old. LaMonica led the Raiders to 4 straight Western Division titles and 1 AFL Championship. He was a 2-time AFL MVP. After Al Davis traded for LaMonica in 1967, the Raiders won the 1967 AFL Championship, as well as a Super Bowl appearance, played in 3 straight AFL Championship games, and advanced to the AFC Championship game after the NFL and AFL merger in 1970. Sports betting, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. Sportsbooks will suffer a multi-million-dollar loss if the Raiders win the Super Bowl. Bettors have hammered the team to win it all since it acquired wide receiver Devontae Adams and pass rusher Chandler Jones in March. The Raiders are the largest liability at several books, including BetMGM and the Westgate SuperBook. The Raiders are 30-1 at the Westgate to win the Super Bowl after being as high as 80-1. For all the details, read Todd Dewey's column at lvrj.com.
In health, good news for your latest COVID metrics. The Nevada Hospital Association reports record low hospitalization numbers.
The Southern Nevada Health District and the State Department of Health and Human Services have been reporting different numbers of total cases for Clark County. They say there's a reason for the discrepancy. It has to do with reinfection reporting. But overall, the numbers have stayed relatively flat.
CDC's new data also shows Clark County to be in the low community transmission level with a case rate of 37 per 100,000 people. In entertainment, the NFL draft is exactly 1 week away, and a lot of music is coming to town with it. Review Journal's John Katsimides has the rundown.
The NFL has booked veteran rock band WEEZER, rap legend Ice Cube, and superstar DJ MARSHMELLO to head up its headlining acts at the upcoming NFL Draft Concert Series at the NFL Draft Theater at Caesars Forum on the Las Vegas Strip. Officials were asked why they chose these 3, and they said they wanted a lot of Vegas in there and also a lot of variety, and they have achieved just that.
Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have a Roku device, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you tomorrow for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.